Jasher 9. Jasher 9 is discussing the building of the Tower of Babylon. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to Jasher 9:35. Jasher 9:35. And the Lord smote the three divisions that were there, and he punished them according to their works and designs. Those who said, "We will ascend to heaven and serve our gods," become like apes and elephants. And those who said, "We will smite the heaven with arrows," the Lord killed them, one man through the hand of his neighbor. And the third division of those who said, "We will ascend to heaven and fight against him," the Lord scattered them throughout the earth. Now Job 30:3. This is describing Bigfoot. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. The Most High cursed Belshazzar. Daniel 5. O thou king, the Most High God gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom and majesty and glory and honor, and for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages tremble and feared before him. Whom he would he slew, and whom he would he kept alive, and whom he would he set up, and whom he would he put down. But when his heart was lifted up and his mind hardened in pride, he was disposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him, and he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like the beast, and his dwelling was that wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till he knew that the Most High God ruled in the kingdom of men, and that he appointeth over it whomsoever he will. Now here's a trailer to discovering Bigfoot. I suggest everybody watch this. This is the best documentary that I've seen about Bigfoot so far. It actually goes into explain. It'll show you the teepees that they build in the woods. They put apples all over them. But listen to this documentary. This is a trailer. Fair use.
Individual.
I've been able to see for the first time some complete segments of Todd Standing's filming of Sasquatches in another area where he's worked on, and with him explaining the background, which is so important. And I'm firmly convinced that he has filmed Sasquatches, and that what he has portrayed in his documentary are indeed very close portraits, in fact, of the Sasquatch face.
Because if indeed they are clearly some of the most astounding photos of Sasquatch in existence.
With all the 10, 20 years of tracking and experience I have in the wilderness, there's no way that those structures happen randomly. There's no way that you got sight of a Sasquatch in those areas with those tree breaks, with those tracks, getting those apples taken, with those sounds, all these things.
The creature was like leaving a breadcrumb trail for me to follow of his noises. It wanted me to get away from Todd and follow him. Absolutely. And the more I came closer to him, the more noises became pronounced.
I must say that sitting and watching these videos, in contrast to still images, the still images that I was familiar with before we've gotten acquainted here personally, especially that video of the devil, as you refer to him, the dark-faced individual. I can't look at that image and not feel that I'm looking into the eyes of a living creature. And yeah, that's very exciting. That's, as I said, I've often imagined what it would feel like to actually gaze into the face of a Sasquatch eventually, if I'd ever had that privilege. And I must say that experience of watching that film on the laptop was as close to that experience, I think, as I've had.
Anybody who comes out in the field with me realizes in a very big hurry that this is the real deal. And that's it, period. Real Bigfoot, real deal, pretty exciting stuff. There is a living, breathing, undiscovered primate currently residing in the forests of North America, and I'm excited about its discovery. It's amazing. God damn it, it's coming right at me.
I suggest everybody watch this Discovering Bigfoot. It's on Netflix. It'll show you what happened with the Tower of Babel.